All right, what's up, internet? Internauts, as you call yourselves, right? You call yourselves internet?
They do now.
A traveler of the interwebs. Welcome back to Outer Space TV. I don't think we introduced ourselves last time, as I just realized.
That's okay.
I'm Marcus.
And I'm Kevin.
There you go. Our name, things, associations will be here. At Archimedes for me and Administrator Cook for him. Just in 10 years from now, you'll be able to Google that and you'll actually get his profile page on NASA.
Yeah. So it's time for the regular news.
It's time for terrestrial news.
Terrestrial.
Shit that just happened this week. The week of September, whatever it is.
8th?
Today's the 10th, so yeah. Between...
8th.
Yeah.
Yes.
So between the 3rd and the 10th, that's where we're going to talk about stuff. So I was kind of thinking that we could sort of structure this in a way that we have kind of like a rapid rundown of a few smaller things, and then kind of base it.
Big subject.
Come into big subjects. I did not tell you what the big subjects were, but I know what the small things are. So I'm going to go through the small things that you don't know about. So here's sort of like the rapid fire small things that happened this past week, and actually probably today or yesterday. So Destiny is out on Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3. You can play it now. For realsies. It's fun. Kevin, get an Xbox One.
Eventually.
No, you should get one now because there's a deal at Walmart where you pay $400 for an Xbox One and you can get any free game, any retail game for free because you get a $60 Walmart gift card. So you can get Destiny for free right now if you buy an Xbox One. Right now. I know, it's only the black one. It's boring. It doesn't have a Kinect. But hey, you can get one now and you can start playing. It's a good idea. So think about that.
Yeah.
Destiny. Another little rapid tidbit is my phone stops vibrating. iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, as well as the Apple Watch were announced yesterday, which I'm sure you can see all over the web. I have an iPhone. Kevin does not.
Apple shares dropped quite a bit after the presentation,
which I think all the blame was put on the Apple Watch, right? That's
because they spent so much time during the presentation on Apple Watch that they didn't talk about the iPhone 6 too much.
Yeah,
the net worth of the stock loss was like $21 billion.
A lot of money. I mean, it was per share, it was like $4 were lost, but because there's
$4 is a lot.
$4 per share is a lot of money, and because they are worth a lot, that's a lot of loss. But but
it's all funny money that doesn't actually exist.
It's not really in the hands of anybody. It's just kind of like a net worth sort of thing.
Yeah.
And personally, I cannot get a new phone right now because I just got my phone last year, so it kind of sucks. I hate this 2-year contract thing, but I like the iPhone 6. It looks nice. 6 Plus is huge. I don't think I'd go for the 6 Plus, but I'd go for the 6. It's nice.
I haven't seen the picture of the 6 Plus yet.
The 6 Plus is...
It's Galaxy S5 sized, right?
Yeah, isn't that your phone?
Yeah.
Is Galaxy? Yeah, so it's... Well, I think it's actually a little larger because they say it's really hard. It's really hard to do anything with one hand. So it's got to be that big that it's
like a mini tablet.
It's a phablet, as they say.
Phablet?
Yeah, it's a phone tablet. That's like that's the new gray area.
That's used for fat tablet, where it's like
but it's PHAB phablet. Yeah, it's phablet. This is a thing people are using. Because there are phones that are getting bigger and bigger. They're getting closer to the iPad mini range, and then they're shrinking down, and it's crazy. So yeah,
we used to want phones to be smaller.
I know. I was reading somewhere today that they were like, this is weird that 10 years ago we were like, oh man, look at how small my phone is. It's so thin and it's just I can put it in my pocket and it just disappears. And now, oh man, look how big my phone is. It can sit next to my laptop and my laptop looks tiny compared to it. That's stupid. But for me, the whole iPhone thing, yeah, I was excited. I like the new iPhone. The Apple Watch is intriguing. I personally would like the design to look a little different, but hey, that's just me. If I designed it, it would be a little probably sharper, but they're trying to go back to the whole curve thing for Apple products. Also, iOS 8, that's all I really care about, and it's got some nice new functions, but whatever.
What cat did they name it after?
The iOSs don't have animal names. It's just
I don't know Apple enough.
That's just Mac. The Mac OS has names.
Okay. There we go.
Okay. So moving on from that, Alien Isolation, the awesome new Alien video game, horror video game, has gone gold. If you don't know what that means, it means that the game is done. They're
writing all the discs now?
Yeah, the certification has passed through. They're writing the discs. It comes out October 7th, I believe. You might want to check that one. I'm super excited for that. Who knows? We might do some sort of recording of me playing that game crying.
He does really well with horror games.
No, I don't. I cry like a baby, I'm sure. I will jump, and my controller might go through my camera or my TV or something. That'd be bad. And a few other small things. 23 Jump Street is actually going ahead. Even though they joked about it at the end of 22 Jump Street, they're actually, it looks like they're going ahead with 23 Jump Street. And they're actually,
school.
Yeah, they're actually starting the production like soon. At least on like the script and everything. So that's a pretty big deal. No word yet if the two guys who directed it, who also directed the Lego Movie, Phil Lord and Chris something or other, if they're going to be back. They're mentoring the guy who's writing the script though. So
right. If they had done the first one.
They did both.
They did both. Okay.
Okay. And then here's another small thing. DC is trying to capitalize on Guardians of the Galaxy by trying to put forward their own cosmic team that they already have, which is, get this, it's called Legion of Superheroes. Legion of Superheroes, Guardians of the Galaxy, Justice League. It's like, DC just seems like it's not even trying at some points. They're just like, Justice League, Legion of Superheroes. It's the same thing, just out in space. And
if they could just make a Super Friends movie.
I cannot wait. I will
just do the Super Friends.
I'll be one of the Wonder Twins or Cyborg.
Cyborg.
I will sign up for that. So those are kind of like the smaller things that happened this week. There's also a little back to sort of what I like to call random acts of science, which is that two new dinosaurs were discovered.
Very recently.
You can talk about your Ginormosaurus or whatever it's called.
Dreadnoughtus. They named it for fears nothing. They believe that it's like the largest animal to have lived on Earth. They've been able to recover a variety of parts from a skeleton of one of the species.
It's huge.
So they were able to actually get multiple pieces of its spine and chart out what the entire thing looks like. And it's huge.
It's bigger than a 737, which that's a plane. That's the thing that flies and is giant and made of metal. Can you imagine a beast the size of that?
Right.
This is bigger than Godzilla.
And they believe that the skeleton was from an adolescent, maybe because of just the way the bones were growing or something.
That's even scarier.
But I trust the paleontologists and how they do this.
See, did you ever want to be a paleontologist as a kid?
Archaeology was interesting. Like, all that ancient Egyptian stuff.
So did you think about wanting to do that as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of did too. And then, of course, at some point, it seems like be like a normal thing. Kids want to be either paleontologists or astronauts.
Because everyone has the dinosaur phase.
Yeah, dinosaur phase. There's another new dinosaur that was discovered. I'm going to totally butcher this name because it is not as nice as Dreadnoughtus, which is awesome. This is the Rukwatitan or Rukwatitan bisepultus. It's going to be on the screen because I can't actually say it.
You can try
pronouncing that. This was found in Tanzania, and it lived 100 million years ago. It weighs several elephants. These are the words from Daily News. It weighs several elephants. I don't know how they get the weight from the bones, because how would they be able to judge the actual mass of the muscles and everything so quickly, too? Because
I'm sure they can approximate. You need a certain amount of muscle to move something this big.
So the Dreadnoughtus is an herbivore too, right? Is it an herbivore?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is also an herbivore. It's weird that the biggest dinosaurs are the least dangerous to humans.
That kind of makes sense though, because meat is actually poor in terms of energy.
That's true.
It's mostly for protein, so you just need grass and grains to actually make a very large animal.
That's a good point. What's interesting also is that they're trying to use this dinosaur to figure out, learn more about how animal migration worked after the continent split. So that's because it's only 100 million years ago. It's, I guess, after Pangea, that whole Pangea thing. This is all terrestrial stuff that I don't really remember that much.
After Pangea broke up.
After Pangea. Oh, such a sad day. It's like when Genesis broke up, the band, and you're like, no! Pangea, no! That's what the dinosaurs were thinking back then.
How hasn't there been a band named Pangea yet? Just for their inevitable
It's done now.
breakup.
It's going to be Pangea. Oh my god, yes. My next rock band will be called Pangea. Or Bandgea. No, it's bad.
No.
But now that these two new dinosaurs have been discovered, Jurassic Park V, just saying, Chris Pratt riding on a Dreadnoughtus or a Rukwatitan a titan. Titanus. That's what I'm going to call this thing. It's Titanus. It's a Titanus dinosaur. Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be fun. That's going to happen. You know it's going to happen.
Dreadnoughtus is big enough you could actually put, like, rooms and buildings on top of it and have it walk around.
That would be the park. That would be the Jurassic Park.
Yes.
It's actually on the back of Dreadnoughtus. Yeah, and then you have your little crazy hybrid dinosaur that's cloaked and electrified or whatever.
I'm so excited for that.
That's running around trying to kill the Dreadnoughtus and just steps on it and the movie's over. Chris Pratt's up at the helm, telling the dinosaur which way to go. I'd see that movie, I guess.
Short movie.
Sure, why not? I don't know. Do you have any other news? Oh, today was the Slowdown.
Internet slowdown.
You might have noticed it if you are on Tumblr or the internet, because there are those little spinning wheels of death. No, shut up, R2.
Showing just how slow the internet could be if specific speed lanes were allowed along the internet, and the FCC is trying to. Some of the FCC is trying to put a stop to it.
Yeah, this is a big thing. I mean, this has been a big net neutrality, which this is based around, has been a big thing for a while, but it really spiked a couple of months ago. I don't really remember why, but I remember on John Oliver's show, he was talking about it, and he sent out like the email where you can go to sign up to keep the internet neutral. What that means is that everyone is on this level playing field. No one has a priority for speeds.
Like when you're on a highway, everyone has the ability to. Like every single company can use that highway.
Yes.
And that's fine. They all drive at the set speeds and you're okay.
Right.
The plan by many of the internet service providers is to have higher speed lanes for higher paying companies. But because much of the United States is under local monopolies, it would allow them to basically price gouge any company that they wanted to get money from.
So this would be companies that you personally have a dealing with, like Time Warner, Comcast. That's who you would believe would be fighting for such a biased net, I guess. I don't know how a divided internet. But today they were actually stating that Comcast, and along with Reddit and Netflix, were actually on the side of net neutrality, which seems interesting.
They have PR people to make it sound like they're on.
They also have probably smarter PR people than a lot of the video game companies that do out there. But if it were the case that they were on net on the side of an even internet, that'd be huge because, I mean, these were the companies that would profit the most, right? Like,
probably the biggest news was the head of FCC was actually just came out against the Time Warner merger.
The Time Warner Comcast merger?
Because many people thought that he would be for it because he was actually used to be a lobbyist for one of those companies.
This is a common thing in our government.
Yeah, so they expected him to just do whatever the companies wanted, but in this one instance, he's actually arguing against the merger.
He's doing his job.
Yeah, he's actually
doing the job that he was
shocking
hired
everyone,
for, which is nice. So yeah, if that doesn't go through, I mean, I guess that's really better for everybody, right? If you don't want monopolies. Competition is a good thing. So if we add a monopoly, let's say there's one internet/cable provider for all of the U.S., the only way that would work is if it was Google and they were giving it away for free. That's right, Google. Bring Google Fiber to Rochester.
Not implying Google Fiber is free, but
Not
the
implying
savings,
that's free.
The savings is effectively free with what you're getting.
Yes. Also, I want that high speed. You know how long it takes me to upload one of our videos from my apartment? Forever. I've never seen that many minutes being displayed on an upload in my entire life. So yeah, I guess that's basically most of the major news, terrestrial news anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're...
Microsoft is...
Right, Microsoft.
Microsoft is looking to buy the studio that produced Minecraft. Mojang. And the price is looking to be about $1.6 to $2 billion.
So what I read was that...
Billion, with a B.
$2 billion is what Microsoft is willing to pay for this company. And of that slice of $2 billion, Notch, the guy who created Minecraft and created the company, he would get about 1.4 to 1.6 billion of that. He would get a hefty amount of that Minecraft money. Like, just like sitting there, he could just throw the money up in the air and it would never stop raining on him.
But he said that he would like leave the company
right.
if that went through.
So So yeah, if he leaves the company, so if it goes through, he leaves the company. That company no longer is really the same company anymore because it was him.
It was all
Notch.
based around him.
So if he leaves, Microsoft's effectively just buying the name of Minecraft and Mojang, and they also said that they would not stop support for PlayStation consoles. So because just now they released Minecraft for PS4. So they're not going to like take that away, and they're not going to stop making like DLC. It'll still come out. It'll just be timed so that Xbox gets it first, and then eventually, who knows how long that eventually is, but it'll come to PlayStation later on. I've never played Minecraft. Have you ever played Minecraft?
Like once.
It's a huge thing. I was thinking about maybe trying it out because it's now on PlayStation 4, but we'll see. But that's a pretty big deal, especially for a guy who is an indie company. He
started from nothing 5 years ago.
Yeah, and now he's huge.
And now is worth billions.
And so I mean, this puts a lot of hope out there for a lot of the other smaller indie companies, the ones that make games like Transistor, companies that I guess it's not a really good example because Supergiant Games got funding from Sony to help make that game, but sort of things like that where they are really small companies that can blossom into something that's worth billions of dollars. For just to share that, so the price that Microsoft bought Nokia for last year, I think it was last year, was $7 billion. That was an international cell phone company.
Yes.
And then they're going to try and buy a company that makes one game, Minecraft.
For a third of the price. This is an indie developer. That's just crazy. That blows my mind. That's so much money just like out there. Video games are serious business.
Seriously. For reals, man. For reals. Video games. Play them. Enjoy them. Go to space. Play some Kerbal Space Program. Go up there. Play some Mass Effect. Learn about the solar system in the future or whatever. Play some Destiny. Oh, was that your phone?
That's mine.
Okay.
Yes.
Play some Destiny and learn about our solar system because that's where it takes place. Or, fart around in some horror games. Run away from Slender Man. I don't know. Go outside every once in a while, though. That's helpful, too. I think that really, what I'm saying is, I think we're done.
Yes.
By the way, so just remember, give us feedback, what type of news you like to hear about, leave a comment, youtube.com/outofspacetv, you're probably watching this there, or facebook.com/outofspacetv, Twitter @outofspacetv, Tumblr outofspacetv.tumblr.com, yada yada yada. Email us outofspacetv@gmail.com. You can find Kevin and I on the internet. Find us, track us down. Maybe not Kevin so much. He's kind of scaredy cat. You can find me. I welcome tweets and the Tumblrs and the Facebooks and the stuff like that. So please send the love. We really want your approval. Thumbs up.